I think Tee Higgins is developing into one of the best wide receivers in the league. We just don't know it yet, but he was very good as a rookie last year. He showed some promise, had some big flashes. Last week in week 1 against the Vikings, he also made a few plays happen, looking good on the field, doing the finer things to get open, and he's just developing right before our eyes, and we're going to evaluate some of the tape. If you want to see a DB get put on skates, I'm going to show it to you right now. We have Higgins here at the bottom of your screen. DB's heads up on him almost, and he's playing off the ball away from giving him, probably about 4 yards of space, whatever, maybe less than five, maybe about 5. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician, but he's got space. But the magic happens later on. So we're going to run the play. Bro takes a snap here. Higgins is just selling straight up right now. He's attacking the midline of the DB. He's not selling either way. He's letting the DB trying to think things through, process what Higgins is trying to do in this moment. Pretty much just analyze what he's doing. And Higgins is still doing it. Now he's going to start doing his tell. You can tell by the knee bend towards the inside, the toe here, and the shoulder that he's either going to be going inside or selling inside. And he's looking straight at the DB while he's doing this. There's a plant step, head turn, body turn towards the inside. Notice what 21's doing. He's starting to lean that way as well. And then he's moving farther inside. DB eating it up. And he's selling it. And now you see the hips drop. You know he's faking out going to the right. He's going to break off and go towards the outside. Plant step by Higgins. DB's bit. Look at that leverage on the DB. He's out of position. It's almost impossible for him to be able to turn around and keep up with Higgins. Higgins is going to create separation right off this break. This is a masterpiece. Bam. Hits plant step. Little bit of hand fighting because that DB knows he can't keep up with him, so he's going to have to try to go for a ride. But Higgins, look at that. Look at that space. Look at that space. That's good route running right there. That is good route running. And he's open. Easy pitch and catch. And what gets him open here, when people talk about route running, and people bring that up and say, this guy's a good route runner, this guy's good at running routes, mainly what they're talking about is the footwork and what they see, but they're not going over the full story because a route is a story. A route is the release coming off the line of scrimmage, then it's the precursors to selling, then it's selling, and then it's getting out of that break to get the separation, and then it's finishing off by making the catch. And where the magic happens here is he does a good job coming off the line of scrimmage, selling the midline, selling like, hey, you're going to have to guess what I'm going to do. I'm not going to start telling what I'm going to do until I have to do it type deal. So he does that. And when he sells the inside, he over insinuates. You've noticed, if you watch my videos, you notice we don't get many wide receivers who give you a full body turn. Not many wide receivers give you that when they sell the route. I've went over 50, 60, 70 routes on this channel, and we've just started doing these the last few weeks, the month or so. You do not get many wide receivers that do this. Full body turn to sell the route. You'll get some steps to the inside. You may get a head turn. You may get a little bit, but you do not get this much of an insinuation. You're getting bam, bam. And then he breaks to get off to make the separation here. You do not, let me see. You don't get that. You do not get that. Not by everybody. Only the top end wide receivers take the time to sell the route to the point that their head, shoulders, body is conflicted to the opposite way they're going to break to make sure that DB bites. That's what we saw from Tee Higgins. All right, guys, I got another play going over his route running. Very similar to one we just ran here. Again, coming off the line of scrimmage, he's not selling anything. He's attacking the midline, making the DB guess. And then when we get to, I'm going to move this up. I'm going to move this up here. And then when we get to here, bam, he does a plant step. And that plant step is a tell that he's going to make a move to the inside. Is a move to sell or is a move to cut over? But that's going to tell the DB, like, hey, I got to work that inside so he doesn't cross my face and get that separation. So, bam. And he makes the turn here. DB bites. And then we're going to see some good footwork here for him to make the turn. The DB's out of position after he bites on the route. Look at him crossed up. Look at his leverage here. And Tee Higgins hasn't played now. So now all he has to do is make his cut, drive off, create a separation. This DB's on skates. Look at him. He's tripping over himself. Look at him. He's eating dirt. He's fertilized. Fertilized on the ground. We're growing dandelions over there now because we got a guy fertilized on the turf. And easy catch again for Higgins. And again, this dude is selling his routes really well. He's making sure he's using his head movement, using his shoulders. He's overselling it just to create this separation so he can get DBs just fall on their face like this. Bam. Tripping him up. All right, let's look at the touchdown catch here. So they're in trips up top. Higgins is on ball. He's in the middle. At the top of your screen there. He's in the middle of that pack of three. And we're going to run the play. He's going to run like a slant type deal. And he's going to deal with some press. So he's going to be hand fighting. Working against two dudes. And look at him being able to push off there. They're in zone for sure. So they're going to bump him in the zone. Once he gets out of the zone, they're going to let him be. And I'm pretty sure he knows this coming off. So if you see him come on the second dude here, he puts his body into it and uses his leverage to push off of him. That allows him to gain some separation from him. And the DB slips back into coverage, and there's a big hole in the zone. Burrow notices it, and this earns Higgins the target. Pretty easy pitch and catch. Nothing world beater here, though. Nothing world beater. I'm not going to lie. I like Higgins, but it's good that he was able to get off this press the way he did. It was pretty smooth. I mean, he got pressed up by two dudes. Here, he uses leverage to be able to get a smooth transition back into his route. That's what I like to see. That's where things could have got a little tricky. That's where he might not have been able to earn the target, because if it was like a quarter second, half second later, getting off that press, then he may not have been able to earn his target. And that was some work getting off. As you can tell, he's a little bit off balance coming off here. And also the intuition to be able to step back into the zone here to create more space to get the target is just a smart move. Noticing what's going on around you. Just another good play by Tee Higgins. Same play, different angle. I like to show you the two angles if I can. Not all the times I can do that, but when I can, I do it. Higgins circled off here at 85 there. Again, we're seeing him come off the line of scrimmage. He's working quick out of his break to get where he needs to go. Gets hands on by 24. 21 catches up on him. And if you notice, he does a good work with his hands here, get him in good position to fight off from the press. Some wide receivers could have got caught up into that, could have gotten sucked in by that press. He fights his hands well. He's got some strength to him. If you notice, watch that. He knows he gets a good punch in on him too, like a good little stiff little jab. He's able to push into him and then pull off. And plus the DB's in zone. He's only pressing as long as he's in his zone. And he's backing off too because he gets cleared out by the other receiver. And the hole here in the zone is huge. But he also is cognizant of the linebacker here. So he knows to step back into the zone a little bit more. As you can see, he's fading back into it. You create that alleyway for him to get the target, make things easier. And this is just a simple play. This isn't world beater. I mean, a lot of wide receivers could do this. One thing that helped was, I think that's Boyd right there, able to clear things out for him to get off the press too. But he also does a good job going through press on two dudes, using that strength, using his leverage to get out in the open to earn the target. I like Tee Higgins a lot. One of my favorite wide receivers in the NFL. One of my favorite young prospects. Been on him for a while. I have him in a lot of dynasty leagues, and I wish I had him in more. I was buying him up in leagues and leagues and leagues, but Higgins is going to come out and finish this year as one of the top wide receivers in the league. He's going to be a superstar, and I think the masses are not really aware of this because the younger players on the Bengals, Burrow got hurt last year. It's kind of slid under the rug a little bit, but we're going to see him perform this year, and I'm excited to see it. But I want to thank you for watching the show, sticking with me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Every subscription matters. It fuels me to continue to put out this content for you, to go over the film, helping you with your fantasy teams and everything else. Again, I want to thank you, and I'll catch you next time.